what's going on. As you can see, today is absolutely gorgeous outside. Like, this is the perfect time to be out on two wheels. Like, the weather feels amazing, clear blue skies, that breeze feel amazing. Like, before I got into bikes, this right here was always like a dream. Anytime I would be riding somewhere and I would see people just out on their motorcycles on days like this, I always look at that person and be like, man, I bet that's like the most amazing feeling, just rolling. You got the air blowing. You just, motorcycles I've always looked at them as I've always looked at motorcycles as a sense of freedom. And I know that may sound cliche, because you know a lot of people say they ride to, you know, forget about everything else, but honestly, man, it's true. You know, everybody who typically do what I want to say is dangerous stuff, I mean, it is what it is. Motorcycle riding is dangerous, man, and anybody who get one and don't think so is just delusional. But that's getting besides the point. The point is that most stuff that we do, it's kind of like that saying, you know, people say when they feel most alive when they're doing dangerous stuff. That's kind of how it is for motorcycles for me, man. Just being out in the open road, despite all the dangers and all this other stuff going on, man, it's just a big sense of freedom for me. But that's not even what I came to talk to y'all about. I just said that because today is just so nice. What I want to talk about today, whether you believe it or not, is a lot of people is sleeping on digital currency, like the crypto, all that stuff, like Bitcoin. I know you probably heard of Bitcoin if you ain't heard about nothing else, since Bitcoin is the #1 player in the game. But I'm making this video because I want to put a timestamp on, I don't know why these lights not working. I want to put a timestamp of when I posted this video versus when it happened. Because my goal, my short-term goal, is to make 6 figures from cryptocurrency trading. I've already made quite a bit trading with crypto, you know, and I was doing a lot of like little minor projects and this and that. But now, like, I'm throwing Hail Marys, and this time I'm looking for like some big gains. And in the crypto space, there's still a lot of gains to be had because it's so new, and you know, there's so much potential with it. But with crypto trading and stuff, it's also a lot of risk, or with any stock for that matter. So I'll put a substantial amount of money in a few projects. And honestly, one of my first projects that I did is called Decentraland. It's like, their token is called Mana, and you can look it up. This is not going to be no in-depth, you know, stock video. This is just me just talking in general. It's a motorcycle channel, but this is how I'm feeling today, because I'm feeling pretty good about this. And I know for a fact that one day, like, hold me to this, the date that this video is posted, I'm making 7 figures from this crypto trading, 100% guaranteed. So that's my plan. I have a few projects that I'm really banking on, that I know that's going to do well, because a lot of people don't really understand what the digital currency is, man. And even for me, man, you know, it's still a learning process for me. I don't really know much about stocks, but the way that stocks operate, you know, it's in fine tune with how my brain processes stuff. So, you know, my first time getting into, like, you know, I've had people over the years several times try to introduce me to crypto and trading, And I've always just kind of like, nah, you know, I don't know nothing about that. You know, I'm not getting into that. And to this day, that's one of my biggest regrets. It sounds crazy, but you know, every now and then you have somebody that you come across that try to put you up on game on certain stuff, and you know, you're just not interested, or you don't really care about it. You know, it's whatever. You just kind of just let it go over your head. And for me, I hate that I've done that, because I've had on 2 separate occasions where, you know, over the span of years, where somebody has basically brought up stuff to me about, you know, crypto trading and stuff like that. And honestly, if I would have listened to the very, very first person that actually tried to tell me about this stuff, I would legit be a millionaire right now. But I'm not. Oh man, I'm so excited. But yeah, cryptocurrency, man, it's still early development. This is still new. This is 100% going to be the future. I'm telling you, man. Even if you look at like what's going on now, man, you think about what's going on now. Like Bitcoin, for example, is, I think, crossed a true 2 trillion market cap or something crazy like that. And you got a lot of big companies that's getting behind it. Like look at PayPal even now offering stuff. A lot of other companies been offering, you know, Bitcoin as payment, and like all this other stuff that's going on, man. It's only a matter of time before this stuff goes mainstream. And when it goes mainstream, all the people that's in early, like myself and a lot of others, those are the guys that's going to make big bank off this stuff. Just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin used to be pennies a coin, man. Pennies. So it's now, I think it just hit an all-time high of like 61,000 a coin. So even if you would have bought 1 coin during its inception, and you held that 1 coin until this point, you would have $60 off a 1 cent investment. That's pretty crazy. Now think if you had 1,000 of those coins for a penny and you held it into this point. See, now we're talking big numbers. And I need to go to Walmart. But that just kind of puts you in perspective. But the main thing that I want to talk about today is a coin called Dexacoin. And it's basically going to be, you know, this is my biggest project that I'm in right now. And it's gonna be big one day. It's not even out yet, and I'm all the way invested deep into it. So it just lets you know how I really feel about the project itself and the potential that it has, because I usually don't invest in nothing unless I've done substantial research and know that this is a real world case situation. Because you got a lot of cryptocurrencies that come out that are really, you know, some are scams, some of them don't really serve a purpose. You know, it's just a get rich quick scheme for a lot of those people. So you have to do your research before you invest in your money. And even when you're doing your research, man, you still are at risk. You know, it's just, that's the nature of the beast. You can win or you can lose. You can lose big, you can win big. You can lose small, you can win small. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how you want to play the game. But let me run in here and then we'll continue this conversation. Back to what I was saying. Crypto is the future, man. And if you get in now, you definitely gonna thank yourself some years from now, I can tell you that. I'm gonna be living proof of this. I mean, even what has happened so far in the industry, I mean, it's nuts the amount of the money potential that's in this in stocks and stuff. But as I mentioned, you know, you can make a lot of money or you can lose a lot of money. But you know, the rule of thumb when it comes to the, whether it's just plain regular stocks or if it's dealing with cryptos, you know, you have to basically, when you're putting that money in, you just have to you have to in your mind know that this could be a worst case scenario where you lose it all. And so if you go in putting $500 in that you know that you need or something like that, then you know it's probably not for you. But you know, if you got a spare extra $500 or something like that that you can put it to some investments, man, shoot, you should do it. Because like I say, for me, I'm a big believer now, because like I say, I have made a substantial amount of money with this crypto stuff. So this is just not me just talking like, oh man, you should try this, there's potential. Like, no, I'm speaking from experience, and I haven't really been doing it long. Like I say, even now, I mean, I could talk to somebody who's familiar with stock terminology. If they have a conversation with me, they'll be like, man, this dude don't know what he's talking about. He don't even know what this mean and that mean and all this other stuff. And he's right. I don't know what a lot of that stuff mean. But if you use common sense, you don't need to know what none of that stuff mean. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't educate yourself. I mean, because you should educate yourself on the terminologies and stuff. But all I'm concerned about is the project itself. If it can do real world stuff, meaning whatever it is that they're doing, could it easily be adapted to our everyday lives? And if the answer is no, then I'm not investing in it. And I'm not saying that those particular projects can't make any money, but for me, I gotta look at it from a perspective of it's something that I can see myself using, you know, in my everyday life. It's just kind of like a cell phone. Or let's just use AT&T for example. Let's just use AT&T when they first came out. Or let's do something even. No, everybody's familiar with AT&T. Let's do AT&T. Let's just say AT&T came out, say before the cell phones got to where they at right now. And AT&T introduced that company, you know, stocks was selling for like super cheap, for example. Well, this is kind of like the same concept, because, you know, obviously stocks of big companies like Apple or AT&T or whatever the case may be, those guys all started from the bottom at one point. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with these other, like cryptos. It's something new. It kind of reminds me of like the what is called like the internet, when the internet first came. Like the internet was a whole new concept. A lot of people didn't really know, you know, it was new. So you know, you have to kind of just, yeah, let's use the internet for example, man. The internet, bro, wasn't what it is today. You know, a lot of people got rich off of the internet. A lot of people got rich off of that stuff because it was new, and the people who got in at the time when, you know, it was new and everybody wasn't flocking to it, those people got rich. Also, a lot of people lost a lot of money too, but as I mentioned before, that's the risk that you take when you're investing in stuff like that. But for me, it's a risk that I'm willing to take, you know, because the rewards, to me, I have a better shot. You know, I know a lot of people play like the lottery and do all this other stuff, and, you know, scratch offs. This is basically, stocks is scratch offs and lottery for me. But it's more of a, you have more of a better chance of winning big doing the stocks than with the other stuff, in my opinion. You know, because like I say, in just a short period of time, man, I made a lot of money And it's just about, like I say, if you do your research on what companies and stuff and seeing what stuff go, some stuff naturally is just gonna grow. Like if you find something that's really good, a really good product or a really good company that's doing really good stuff, naturally they're only gonna go up. That's just what it is. They're just gonna go up, and it's up to you to find these companies before they go up so that you can get in at a good time. I'm gonna run in here really quick. I honestly didn't plan on wearing my helmet, but you know, since I'm so deep in conversation with y'all, I'm gonna take y'all along for this shopping trip. Excuse me. But yeah, man, I'm gonna show y'all, bro. I'm telling you, I'm only in like a few projects because there's so many. There's literally thousands of cryptocurrencies, but you know, I'm only in a few. And I don't know, depending on how, I mean, I know this video is probably already going past 15 minutes. And let's see, I don't want to make it too long, but depending, I may put up like what I have, like what stocks I'm in and how much you know, I have in each one of them. So we'll see. Something so real. It takes some time to be around. Get away without feeling. Man, they jamming in here. Alright, you have a good day. Alright, but yeah, man, I don't know why I just, it's it's funny because I'm in this group with one of the cryptos that I'm in, and it's a little small group that we all agree that once we hit this certain milestone with one of these projects that we're all invested in, that we're all going to take a trip to Dubai, and we're going to go all the way to Dubai just to have drinks. Oh man, and it's stuff like that, you know, because me, man, I'm a pretty simple dude, man, you know, like I just legit just like meeting new people and, you know, interact. Like anybody who have met me, I mean, you know, I mean, I'm pretty much a laid back, super humble dude. But you know, just the thought of us going to Dubai just to have drinks and stuff, like that excites me. Like this whole investing and stuff, like it really excites me. Like how this bike stuff excites me, which is the whole reason why I'm making this video, even though this is a damn bike channel. But I'm over here talking about digital currency, you know, and all this other stuff. Oh man, but I'm gonna tell you this: if any of y'all do want to get in on doing, like, you know, investing and stuff like that, or you know, like I say, I don't know what I'm gonna put and what I'm not gonna put in this video by the time I finish editing and stuff, but you know, just in case I don't put any of my projects or anything, if anybody is interested, you know, just comment. You know, maybe I can make like a little group or something, you know, or I could put you in the groups where we at, and then you can kind of go from there. Because like I said, it's so many of them, man. There's really no right or wrong way to get into this crypto stuff. All I know is there's a lot of money in it, you know, and if you get in it soon enough or get in a project soon enough, you can do surprisingly well. And you know, I ain't gonna drag this video on too long, but like I said, if you are interested, just hey, comment. You know, we might be able to work something up. Maybe you can join this Dubai party with us, you know, once we all get rich, you know what I'm saying? Woo, yo, I'm genuinely excited right now about this, you know, just I don't know, it's exciting, man. But yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all later.